Let's talk about the Sabbath for a second. You do not need a religious Sabbath rule to be free. You need deliverance from the spirit of striving, spirit of performance. Rest is more than a day, it's a heart posture. And too many believers are performing rest while still partnering with anxiety and false guilt. You can take a Sunday off and still live like a slave. The Sabbath was never about checking a box. It was a shadow of what Jesus fulfilled, a life led by the Spirit, not the schedule. Look, Hebrew 4 says and I'm paraphrasing, there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their own work. That's not talking about naps. That's talking about your soul finally breaking agreement with the lie that you are only valuable as your output. And that's the mentality you have to break. Look, you don't need to be Sabbath legalistic, and so many Christians are. You need to be Spirit-led. You need to start asking, Holy Spirit, when are you asking me to be still? Not, what does the law say? I can unplug. I've got to take one day of rest. And this is why I teach rest as warfare, especially for high performers, because rest is really hard for high performers or for those with the spirit of striving. If you're constantly vacillating between burnout and guilt, you don't need more structure, you need soul healing. And I cover this in depth inside of Break Free from Toxic Thinking the Jesus Way. Consider checking it out if the Lord is leading you.